Hello there. I am Antonio Sam Planet Coaster. I'm not gonna do Minecraft. That was just a bad idea. I don't have the tools for that, but hopefully I can do this. Hopefully I can do this. So, I just started this off camera like a few days ago, but it's going to be a super big part, bigger than normal size actually, as I did a custom scenario and extended the park border to the maximum limit. Yeah, it's not. But hopefully that will all get filled out. And right now I'm deciding what I could do with this. Not really a park entrance, but it will be a park entrance at some point. But right now I'm just trying to decide what it could look like. Because right now it's just a box of wood. Yeah, that's a box of wood. So something needed to go on top. So I decided to go with brick, as that's the closest I have to a red material, which you can color items and pieces in this game as much as you would like, but I feel like that will be the best texture that I currently have. Because if you don't know how this game works, it's basically how you make money through rides and tickets, and then you use that money to build more stuff. And it's uh, no, I can't say that. No, what am I doing? I don't. But right now I'm putting in some pillars. Now, what I'm going to do with this part is going to have two trains and one every ride, maybe two. But that's the goal. That is the goal of this park. And if you think I can achieve that goal, leave a like. And we are going to go through it step by step and ride on ride, ride per ride. Right now we've got like six rides, I think, currently, but that will soon be surpassed by more rides. So probably in the next video, probably. Right now, in this video, it will just be the park entrance. As this is my first video on this game. I did do Boom Beach in the past, and I tried doing another thing, but that didn't work. So I'll be trying to do this, and hopefully you enjoy this content. Don't mind the what was the word I was looking for? Don't mind the mistakes, I guess, that I've been making. I don't know how many views this will have, but I will know after I release this video. So, I so to describe what I've been working on here, I've been putting on the roof, and I think it maybe could be a change, a color, maybe a bit browner, because that color, yes, it does go well with brick, but I think it another color will go nicely. Now with that sign, I can always redo it. I don't know what that stands for. I just put random letters there. But I wanted to do something fun because this is going to be a theme or a lot of different themes in this park actually. So I just need something that's not themed for the park entrance or like yeah, you, what I'm trying to say is that I want something that looks not bland but fun. But it doesn't really have, I don't want it to have a theme added onto it. Like I want it to how do I describe this? I want it to stand out, but I guess it's something abstract. Anyway, what I'm doing now here is I'm making a new part of the building, and that there is the spawn point, which I need to cover that up and make a building there at some point, but not now. I need to build a park entrance first, and I still don't know what that part of the park is going to look like. Well, if you have an idea, leave it down in the comment section. Now, this part of the building is going to be made out of all brick, and I'm going through this as I go. I have not have a plan, so I have probably do redo and rebuild some stuff a lot during this series, but a plan does help a lot by speeding things up, and stress levels will go down if you have a plan as well, because you're not constantly thinking of what you're going to do next like I am. I don't know, maybe it's because I have a disability that I completely don't know what I'm doing for the first few seconds, but then once I get started, I have a picture in my head and I just go from that. So what I have in my head right now, well, actually I already finished it while I'm talking, but what I had in my head right now is a big, not that big, but you can see it right here. A big room, a hall, which is going to be empty, but as it's only for aesthetics and nobody's going to go inside it unless we really want to. But a big hall connected to the park entrance, and then on the left hand side, I want more halls that are smaller, okay? But go, I don't want things to go bland, so I have to do some stuff up with the roof here and put some windows, which there isn't really a piece for a 1 meter gap. So I'll have to do my best of what I can come up with. So that will be for the first minute, trying to test out different windows here. And I think one of the castle ones will be the best, which that's what I would end up losing, I think. Yeah, wall is not really going to work here that much. But as you can see, the different pieces are a lot. They're a lot. So I decided to go with the roof first, which that will be easy. Just grab that piece and then duplicate it 2 times, and then duplicate that again. You go on the other side, as you will soon see how I do it. And if you're noticing that the camera is a bit shaky, at some point that's been because it's moving fast, and I sped up the video that was over an hour long. Yeah, that's how long it took me to make this. but it sped up 206%, 260% actually. And yeah, I'll use that window. I'll use the caster windows for the other windows, which you'll see later. But I was thinking about using a caster window. I really was. But then I ran into this problem of what to put underneath it. Because I didn't want the roof showing there, so I decided to go with a plain wall. If that's what you call it. Or it looks like a wall. The game says it's a panel, but I'm using it as a wall, as it can be used for walls, almost about anything, because it lacks a texture, but that's fine. It lacks a brick texture. Texture. How do you say that? Whatever. So I just need to do that, and then I have a green wall right there, and I noticed that that gap was too big, so I need to move that up for it to work. So now the next problem is what to put above the window. So I thought of it, and then I came up that I used another window, two of them, on their side, underneath the roof. I've been looking through the signs, but none of those seem to work. They're all too big for what I'm using them for, or what I need to use them for. And let me know if you want me to change this park entrance, as that can definitely be a possibility that it can be changed. And if you know a theme that will go well with it later on, let me know. But as you can see here, I put two windows on their sides, just like that, and now I'm trying to duplicate that to the other side, because it's just easier than placing them separately. And yes, I know that a little bit of it peeking through the roof, but whatever. I'm not gonna go back. It's not a big deal. And like that, we have ourselves two windows. So now we got that part done almost. Now we're on to the third part. Which I don't know what to do with, but I decided to go with the hallway, a skinny hallway, and I wanted it to be lower than the other building. And if you're noticing that the screen flashes back and forth, I don't know why that happened, but I already told you why that I moved. I sped up the recording 160% without my voice, so it's on been playing on silent the whole time. Actually, no. I just turned the volume off because I had volume, but then the music was sped up and I didn't really like that. So now the whole thing's muted. So now my voice is all you hear. But that should be fine, I hope. Now I ran into this problem where I didn't want that roof to peek out, but I did want it to look like that in the front. So what I did there is make another building right next to it, as you will see. But first I decided to the stage, but I didn't know that at the time. I just needed something that will cover that up because that was a weird spot. So that was, and you will see later on what that will turn into if you watch the video. Okay, so now I was looking for some pillars, but then I guessed myself again, and it didn't really need pillars because that's not what I wanted to do. So going back, sorry, I yawned. Going back, I decided to build on the back of the building using the same grid, and I came up with this crazy roof system, which it looks okay. If it could be better, I would change it, but it's okay. Just that. So this will be the tallest part of the building, kind of like the main keep of a castle, kind of, but it's not a castle. It's a park entrance. What do you call it? I don't know. Uh, that's to probably be where the security staff live. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a storage building. But as you can see here, I'm making two more windows, starting with the roof first because that seems to be easier. And while I am recording this, I think I'll have to rewatch the video before I make my next video to fix that bug. Not bug, but to make sure the video goes smoothly and you're not there watching the video flicker back and forth when I'm switching between items apparently. I don't know why that happens, but it does. Like that, see? I don't know why it does that. So if you know, let me know. So right now, I want there to be small towers. There was going to be one, but I just came up with two instead, as you will see. And yeah, the roof system on this building is nuts, as I wanted to try something a bit different than the normal. So I came up with that. And now I have this corner there that doesn't really fit anything, but I decided that make to make that a flat wall right there. Okay. And then make a roof up there as well to cover that up. That seems to be okay. Now, here's the second tower. I've been thinking, and didn't really want a flat roof, so I just went for a piece roof instead. I wish in this game there were pieces that we could use for roof that weren't that did not take up a whole chunk. If you know what I mean, that the current roofs take up I think 1 millimeter of height, and if you could get rid of that, that would be great because that sometimes interferes with the walls when you're building multi-story buildings, especially with the path in there. Then you have to have roofs unless you do the option which is what is it? Align grid, align path with grid, which you could do that as well. But then the whole building, if you did a big building, then you will need to have roofs as floors, as where the guests are not supposed to walk. And I'll show you that in a different video if you don't know what I'm talking about. But moving on, this building is almost done. And if you like it, please leave a like. But then I need to start doing something with that thing, which I decided to make a staircase. More like a stage, kind of. A stage, I don't know what I'm going to use the stage for, but it's a stage. I don't know, maybe it's a restaurant. I could make it into a restaurant. I could do that on the other side of the building because the park extends all the way around the border, or I should say all the way around the park. Yeah. So now I just needed to change all that color because I didn't want white there. So here's me finding the color. This took a while because I didn't really know what color would look good, but I think was kind of a blackish color, blackish grayish color at the end. But yeah, that took a while. So after I just color, I decided to build more of it and have a multi-tiered system. As you can do that with selecting grid and then shrinking the grid down, which I how I was able to do this, if you did not know. And that sign that says TMP, was it in one and three different colors? Those are just random letters that I put on that sign. I don't know, it's probably an acronym that I made up. But if I could change it, I would like to if you have a better idea for that sign. Yep. Still want to keep the same colors because because the building has those colors now with it as well. And but I don't know what the name of the park is going to be because right now I just have it as a super mega park. That's the name, literally. Okay, and I don't know what else to call it because, or maybe it's just because the sign was too small and I needed a bigger sign to fit what I wanted to say, but I couldn't do that because I needed a bigger area for the sign, which I could do that next episode. But yeah, this I'm not going to ditch the series because I like this game a lot, and you're not going to see me leave it anytime soon. So right now I've been looking for some seeds, but I couldn't really find anything. One thing that you should know about this right now that I set myself limits, okay? Because this is I made myself a what is it, a scenario? So I made building parts searchable, researchable. I don't know what to say. But I did that, so now I have to unlock them during the process, and that costs money, which I have a lot of money now, but I didn't have that a while ago. Okay, so you will see more pieces. Well, come on, you will see more pieces while the series continues because I'll be unlocking more pieces as we go on, and you'll get to see some of that as well. And yes, I know I could disable the hint, not hint, like I know I could disable the help features, like sticking to the X, but I just doesn't really need to do that because it's just there. Up in the top left, you see that? I'm scared of you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or you don't know what this game is, I did have said it at the beginning of the video, but This is Planet Coaster, and it's a game. Piece. I'm not. I'm using the PC edition. There's two editions. The PC is held on Steam, and there's a console edition that's held. I don't. That was developed on console, so that probably for Xbox players and for PlayStation. I think I'm not really big on my consoles because I don't have many consoles. All I have is a small one, but none of that right now. None of that. Okay. Right now, I'm just building some stairs, which we do have stairs, but I don't have that unlocked at the moment, as I said before. So I had to make do with what I have, which are balconies, which that looks pretty nice. Uh, Okay, so I do notice that a smooth metal contrasts with the wood very harshly. Okay, if you do notice that, I do. But what else could I use? Not much. So to touch the ground, I needed to make it go a bit further, so I decided to have some brick walls, duplicate that, and then it'll touch the ground. I don't know what that will accomplish, but I could add some scenery below there, and I think